Okay, so this is a little introduction to section 2D, electrical charge for iGCSE physics. So we have quantities and symbols. We're back to the current, ampere, charge, coulombs, energy in joules, power is measured in watts or joules per second, resistance measured in ohms, symbol omega, time in seconds, and voltage or potential difference in volts, V. Prefixes, so sometimes because charges, there's not a lot of charge on individual particles, we sometimes deal in smaller units. So we've got millicoulomb, micro, nano, and pico. So 10 to the minus 3, minus 6, minus 9, minus 12. You need to be familiar with those ideas. Key ideas, so positive and negative electrostatic charges are produced on materials by the loss and gain of electrons. So it's just a particle out here. Some students drift into talking about neutrons and protons. Don't do that. We're just talking about electrons. So there's no effect on the atomic structure of the atoms, but a material could be positive or negatively charged overall by the removal of one of these particles. So we either get attraction or repulsion. Now, the particles themselves, we can either deal in relative charges or we can deal in the actual charges. So it's an actual charge of minus 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs. But for this purposes, we can think in terms of simple stuff. And the mass is obviously the electron is a very small particle, 1/1840th of the mass of a proton. So it can be moved about. We need to talk about or know the ideas about how sparks can be dangerous as electrons move between objects to a lower potential or ground. So it might be like, you touch a doorknob and electrons can transfer to ground, or it could be the other way around for the charges. We need to know about a whole series of applications. So rods and cloths, so rubbing rods and cloths and how the charges move, Van de Graaff generator, thunder clouds, sparking from the cloud down, or vice versa. Photocopy and inkjet, how we can control with electrostatically charged plates where the droplets fall on paper. Fueling a plane, that's dangerous if you don't discharge your static. Paint sprayers, smoke precipitators, and flower shoots and gold leaf electroscopes. So all of that is in your static charge section.